Sometimes you need an equation that only calculates under certain conditions. And to do that, you need to use the if statement. Suppose we want to have a cell that tells us whether we have a profit or loss. So here we have a $50,000 profit, and here we have a $2,000 loss. The way this equation would look is we would use the if statement. We would say equals if, and then we give it what we're testing. And what we're testing here is if the cell immediately to the left is greater than 0. And if so, we're saying that it's a profit. And if not, we're saying that it's a loss. Now, the reason I put those words in quotes is to tell Excel that this isn't an equation. I actually want the words. And I hit enter. And so now I have an equation that will give me that will say profit if I have a profit, and will say loss if I have a loss. And we can do the same thing with numbers. So if we have a sales situation where if the salesperson makes under $500, they get a commission of 2%. But if they make over $500, they get a commission of 3%. We can say equals if this cell is greater than 500. Now remember, if it was greater than $500, they get a 3% commission. And if it's less, they only get a 2% commission. So we would have the commission rate there, and then we just multiply it through to figure out what the salesperson's commission would be in both of these instances. Now, there's one small problem with the way that I perform this. Right now, this equation is set up properly to handle a profit and a loss, but what it can't handle is a break even. So if I say 0, it comes through as a loss. To handle a case like this, we need to use what is called a compound if statement. So I have my regular if statement with my condition, what I want it to do if it's true. Now if it's false, what I'm going to want it to do is to test again. So I put in another if statement. So if it's greater than 0, then it's a profit. If instead, if it is less than 0, then it's a loss. Otherwise, it's break even. So now I have an equation that can handle all of these situations.